Alright, hello. Sorry if I will cough in advance because I do have COVID. It is close to the end. I'm almost done with it, and I mean, I can't really help it much, but sorry in advance if it happens. I'm feeling better now, so don't worry. Uh, Today I want to talk about one of the better things that came out from the update, and that is one of the Subsume abilities actually becoming 1,000 times better. And that would be Cyanax's I don't even remember the name. Tharros Strike, right? Cyanax is Tharros Strike. So, in case you don't know, Tharros Strike got a new augment and it's the Subsume ability, and the new augment is called Tharros Lethality. So, Tharros Lethality, what it does, it increases critical damage by 100% on enemies you hit. Critical damage bonus is doubled for spear guns. Now, the double bonus for spear guns, it sounds intriguing, but spear guns are usually weapons that are mainly focused around utility, and only Cyanax can really make good use of them because of his passive. But in general, this augment is absolutely insane. This is basically like adding Wrathful Advance, but for critical damage. It is so good. And because the critical damage is affected by ability strength, as you can see here, and it also armor strips, this just became by far the best subsume ability you can use against bosses and demolish and anything of that sort of nature. This is absolutely wild. 328% critical damage just from this, like from just a regular Wisp build, no deviations whatsoever, and this can get it close to 400% as long as I'm stacking all of the stuff that I have. It is absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna show you the results here with my regular Stalta build for disruption. This does have a gold roll ribbon, so we will probably see a damage cap. I think we will, considering the stats, but we shall find out in the actual mission. And then I'm gonna show another build that is gonna focus on something a bit more interesting and something that people would probably want to try with this augment, because I think this augment is absolutely ridiculous. Matter of fact, wait, let me lower the volume a bit because it was too loud. But regardless, the augment here and the subsume in general, if you're trying to do disruption, it is so good. It is absolutely incredible. And you can see, like, you can easily reach level cap in terms of damage here with most guns in the game because of how strong it is. And armor strip plus modded critical damage bonus, that is ridiculous. That is genuinely ridiculous. And like, a lot of people might think of putting this on Cyanax and using gun buff Cyanax with spear guns and shit. And I think that would work just fine. A red critting spear gun with modded critical damage would be absolutely wild, but overall it's great. This as a subsume ability is wild to just have it available. The only limitation is that you have to realize that you can only use it to enemies that are, that are affected by the ability itself. So you can't just use it on anyone. You don't gain the bonus for everyone. And this is why I suggest this subsume ability for things like bosses, disruption targets, and things of that nature. But this is really nice to have. This is a really good quality of life thing, and I really love adding things like this, that you get critical damage but only temporarily or on a specific enemy that you target. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. So let's see it in action here. We're gonna go ahead and do everything that we can and see how much damage it actually deals to the guy. So let's find him. Oh, there's a Mario Stardew to try it after as well. We shall do that. But here's our victim. And that's 724 million. So not too bad. You could see better for sure from the Salta. But I feel like we can easily hit something close to damage cap here if we give it our best thought. Then that is really great. 724 million damage though, already that easily one-shots level cap. Like, not even close to struggling. There is the target. Oh, oops. Yo, sure. Oh, I lost my buff. That's fine. Okay, that guy has DR, like heavy DR, and we got 156 million. Not bad, honestly. I think we can definitely do better on some of the disruption targets now that they're kind of squishier. And yes, they were made squishier than they were previously, like even before the damage attenuation stuff. Hello, Zemonix, that's my moderator. And yeah, it's kind of wild. I will make a video about what I thought of the changes to attenuation and all that, and what they can do to make the game harder again. But we see 1.2 billion there. I think that's way more impressive. But you get the point. This can reach ridiculous damages. It can be the salsa, it can be other weapons that you like. You can easily like reach damage cap with a lot of your favorite weapons, especially if you build for something like purple swords, or you pick Harrow, you pick someone that is like an insane gun buffer. You can really showcase the amount of damage you can do. Like, imagine this augment on someone like Mirage with her Eclipse 700%, and then you add this on top. This can get absolutely crazy. Not gonna lie. So definitely something to keep in mind, especially if you like doing disruptions and endless level caps. You need something. Let's say on Void Cascade, you need something to kill the Thraxes very quickly. You just pop this, and then you hit them once, and they die instantly. And I'm curious to know if anybody can test it. Like, I don't play Void Cascade much, so I can't test this very well. But I feel like if you hit them with Tharros Lethality, their ghost form would also be affected by the critical damage, and you probably would get more critical damage from your amp. I think I can probably test this really quick with the mission here, but I don't have the correct amp, sadly. Oh my god, there's a fissure as well. Look at that. That's crazy. I will test it though to see if I can get some results directly right now, because I think that would be really huge, especially for someone like me who doesn't have the proper amp to do Void Cascade, and he's like, I'm really uh, bored of farming it. I should do it at some point, I know, but that time hasn't been coming yet. So let's kill this guy. So we'll see 50k and 1 million on the head. Okay. So if the crit damage works, we should see a lot better stats from that. So we'll see if that works on the next one. I'll try to shoot him with Tharros Lethality to see if we get different damage numbers. Oh, I missed. Oh, I forgot. Does it work still? No. Okay, we gotta do it as he's alive. I forgot to do that. My bad. It's fine. Next one. When you go to test something and you're just too used on killing them the regular way, not gonna lie. Happens to me all the time. Anyway, we should get one very soon. They should invade it. Yeah, there we go. So now, yes, it does work. It does work. Look at that. So Tharros Lethality increases your damage dealt to the Thrax units if you use it before you kill them on their first phase, and then their ghost form takes more damage to your ump. This is pretty crazy. I wonder if it would work on Eidolons as well then. Damn, that is wild. Can you imagine if it's nighttime? It is nighttime. It is actually nighttime. I can test this. Okay, yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm so curious now, because this is I didn't really think about it until like I started recording this, and now that I'm thinking about this, this is actually kind of huge. I don't think like Eidolons is the most popular game mode, but I think it's funny to see if it actually works for Eidolons as well. So I'm not really gonna do the Eidolon at all. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill it without any lures or anything, just testing. It's like right there. Hey man. I should have brought the multi-shot starter. This is not gonna do well. Oh yeah. Come on, Broski. So we see 9k, close to 9k. Okay. Even without multi-shot salts, I still one-shotted him. Kinda crazy. Alright, and now we just search his spawn point. And I will test with Tharros Lethality to see if that works. So, over there. Alright, I'll make sure to wait for him to like run out fully. Not do anything stupid. Make sure his health bar is fine and all. Okay. Hit him. Oh, it didn't reach. Oops. Alright, hit him now. No, it should have reached. No, for Eidolons it doesn't seem to work. Okay. It doesn't seem like it can hit him. Yeah, it doesn't affect the Eidolon. You see, he's still full armor, even though I'm like right on top of it. Yeah, so it doesn't actually work on Eidolons. But it's still interesting that it did work on the Thrax units. I think that's way more important than the Eidolons, to be honest. But it would be kind of funny to see the Eidolon timer go even lower because your Volt is now able to kill the Eidolon shields even quicker than before. But it's fine. It's not the end of the world for sure. So one more Warframe I'm going to showcase with this. As I said, you can do Mirage, you can do Harrow, any gun buffing frame that you like. This can work excellently on it. But one that I really wanted to try and one that I think is going to be really interesting is this guy. Because obviously, you know, you might see like here one of the worst Kullervo builds in existence and absolutely cringe. But I only really care about this, to be honest. I just want the stats to be high, me being healthy and just fucking around so I can test this. Nothing else really. And we're gonna take this Tenet Livia. Why were we taking the Tenet Livia? Well, it's not because I have a Riven on it. The Riven on it is not good for this test, mind you. But it's because the heavy attack of dual-handed Nikanas are absolutely crazy. So this one, because of the extra combo duration we get as well from the Argon Arcanes now. So in case you don't know, if you do Dexterity Arcanes on your Argon, and then you go to your melee weapon now has more combo duration. And now we can even add more of the stuff. Like if I go here and I add the Bobonico, I pick up Dexterity. Boom. Now we have 27.5, and if I do the same thing here with the Code of Pox, now we have 35 seconds combo duration. Look at that. Beautiful. So yeah, we'll go to the mission again, and we'll try to do a heavy attack on the demo unit and see how that goes with Tharros Lethality and Wrathful Advance. Because, honestly, I think it could be quite funny. It could be quite funny to see that in action. Honestly, this was the first thing that I tested, Tharros Lethality, but before the damage detonation changes weren't, you know, implemented well, I could say easily that I would use Tharros Lethality onto a demo list or onto a boss or anything, and it wouldn't matter because I would do the same damage every time, since the MDPI, as people want to call it, was way too low. But you know, it didn't really matter for you to actually use this augment before. Now that your damage on these units actually matters and you are not limited by damage detonation, you can use this pretty freely. Also, should have used the Arcane Strike because the attack speed on this thing is pretty bad, but it's all good. Anyways, so we're on ×4 only. I don't think it matters too much, to be honest, but damn, no Arcane Strike really hurts. Holy shit! It's gonna be funny to see the guy gets one tap off. Alright. We're on 7 times. I mean, it's all good. I can get to 12, but 7 times is more than enough, I feel like. So, let's go ahead. That is 10x. Oh, I can see it. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I'm hitting him, to be honest. because of my range being so low. I will stun him again. Wait. Okay. That was a pretty decent dot, but overall this was not very clean. I kind of want to get the guy that doesn't have the nullifying effect so I can make this easier for myself. But we'll see. The range that I have definitely doesn't help on this build. It's kind of suboptimal, but who cares really? I just wanna test this. So I need an enemy so I can upkeep my stacks real quick. There we go. Is it this guy? Yes. So this guy I can get as close as I want. I didn't even see the number. Crap. One job, bro. And I don't even see the number. That's crazy. Whatever. Well, he did get one-shotted, as expected. But, you know, I'm using a 10 at Olivia. I could have used a way stronger weapon, like Glaive, a Stropha or Redeemer, whatever you want to say, like one-shot heavy attack weapon. I am using this. And I am using one heavy attack only through Wrathful Advance, nothing too crazy. So it's pretty cool. Alright, there's the Nox. Yeah, do that. That's 9 million damage. Not too crazy. But still pretty good, honestly. 9 million damage for this. Considering that normally it deals like 500k to these enemies. Damn, wait. 500k to 9 million. That's a big increase. So if I took something like a Zoris or a Falcor, or even worse, like, damn, what the fuck, a Magistar. The Magistar would probably damage cap with this. Easily damage cap, holy. Titron, I don't know, you name it, like any really good heavy attack weapon would instantly damage cap with this, holy shit. Regardless, this is a really strong build. Oh, actually, you know, wait. I really want to try this now. Oh my god. Dude, honestly, like, do I go to the tank and try this? Because I know it's already one-shots the tank on its own, so, like, I don't know if there is a reason to even test it, but, like, okay, well, whatever. You get the point. It can be, quite funny. It can be quite funny. Volnus Prime also, damage caps last proc, in case you don't know. Jatki tag, is more of an AoE, so not really. But Harmony, you wanna do fucking Harmony, bro? This is easy damage cap as well. I could even do Wolf Sledge and it would probably be like crazy damage. I don't know. This kind of crazy. Oh, Pulmoners as well. This is an insane slam weapon, by the way. I don't know. It's very underrated. This is an insane slam weapon. Not gonna lie. So this could also absolutely destroy it, but that's really great. That's really cool. Oh, we're gonna try this actually. Let's do this, and I will end it because yeah, I think it kind of gets the point of the available things you have through Tharros Lethality now, and how it enables so many Warframes and so many combinations into being kind of crazy for this idea. And yeah, I know Eclipse would probably be better for this because of all the triple dipping shenanigans, but I mean, I would probably, on something like the Contagion attack, where it red crits so easily, especially with the Riven mod, I would probably take a Tharros Lethality Subsume over Wrathful Advance. Probably. I don't know. Also, don't worry about the damages being low. let's just say that I know what I'm doing, and we're gonna see way higher damage on the actual target. So just using the normal attacks on these guys that don't really hurt a lot. Yeah, don't matter. Anyway, do the thing. Thank you. I don't know how much that said, but it definitely absolutely killed him. I probably would need to see it again because I genuinely don't know how much damage that said. I also didn't have full stacks of the arcane, so that's pretty cool. We'll have full stacks now, that's for sure. All right, let's go back. Contagion is a pretty funny arcane. Love it. Was always my favorite, even after they completely gutted it. Oh, I didn't hit him. 30 million. Right. Okay. That's actually not as great as I expected. Damn. So Mirage would probably be a better candidate for this, but it's fine. I'm not gonna do it with Mirage now. I think Mirage damage caps on these Contagion stuff on her own, so I think it's pretty pointless to be honest, but I kind of wanted to try, honestly. I kind of wanted to try, and I was left disappointed, but it's fine. No big deal. The augment and the subsume ability itself is still one of the better ones if you want to do disruption or boss stuff, and that's just a fact. And honestly, this is something that I really like seeing. I wish we had more of this in the game, and overall, I think this is a step in the right direction. For other subsumes that came with this update, by the way, I want to like touch a bit on that. So, Bright Bonnet, this is an incredible subsume, and it absolutely shit on Empower as a subsume now, because Empower doesn't actually scale with Strength, but this one does. And even if the Strength buff is reduced to only 100% ability Strength, this is still 100% ability Strength on every support Warframe that is, like, really fucking strong. And, like, if you pair this with Nidus, if you pair with this with Wisp, with fucking Jade, with so many other supports that can buff your allies like ridiculously, this is an incredible subsume. And I can definitely see this subsume being used in things like arbitrations now and all that good stuff because of how absolutely goated it is. Because yeah, it's really just that good. Overall, this with dispensary, this with like a lot more stuff, this can be really nice. Also, this is an incredible subsume on warframes that use channeling abilities, because this can actually regenerate your energy through channeling abilities. So if you use this on Mesa, then this is absolutely insane. If you use this on Sevagoth, this can be absolutely insane because of his gloom being channeling. Genuinely, any channeling ability that you may have, this can regenerate your energy through that, and it's actually ridiculous, especially because of the strength buff. On top of that, you can gain some really incredible benefits with it. So Bright Bonnet, our new subsume ability, is probably one of the greater ones out there, and I'm not gonna say that it power creep Nourish, because it really didn't. Nourish is still a better source of energy generation, but the utility from this is absolutely crazy. So you should definitely check it out and farm a second Noko to, to get the subsume here, because it's super worth it. It's actually super worth it. Then the other subsume we got was the adapted smite, or the rework smite. So I know it says reduced maximum strength, but this is still absolutely incredible. And I've tried it on Mag, I've tried it on Kullervo, I've tried it on Nova. Overall, it's a really good, like, just damaging ability. And overall, if you find Eximus units, this just one-shots Eximus units even as a subsume ability very easily. Not even viral stacks, nothing, just straight up put it on the Eximus and the Eximus will die. It's really strong. So overall, I think this is still a really good subsume, especially if you want to do endless missions where the Eximus units become way more frequent. But for something like nuking and using it to nuke enemies, this is not quite it. This will do close to like 50% of the enemy's max health, and that's about it. But then the second cast, because it works with current health, it will do way less damage and it will just do less and less and less. And you're probably better off just shooting at that point. So this definitely has its uses, and it's not now just a subsume in case you want to get radiation damage, which was pretty weird. And it was also like a subsume on mag specifically to do disruption missions, but there is some more niche stuff going on here, and you can like test a lot more stuff here. You can also throw ideas in the comments for me to check as well, or to share them. I don't really mind that. Feel free to do so if you found something. But honestly, the update brought us some really cool subsumes. Tharros Strike is really good now. Smite is really good now. This is absolutely crazy, and I love it as a subsume so far. And I can't wait to figure out more warframes to use it on, because so far I've tried Wisp, Nidus, Mesa, and some other warframes, but those were the most notable ones for me so far, and I will keep trying, because this is really nice. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you on the next one.